Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello viewers. Today I want to tell you that watching this video is about Indonesian football in general. But first, disclaimer alert. This video created to fulfill my college assignment. If there's something wrong about the information that I gave, or maybe typo, I'm apologize. Okay, first, let's talk about how football got introduced in Indonesia. Football first introduced in Indonesia when the colonial Dutch government colonized around 1914. Since that, many tournament has been held around city in the Java Island. Before Football Federation, as we know, PSSI founded. Around that time, Football Federation named it Netherlands Indisch Football Bond, or NIVB, has been founded to become Federation Football until around 1927. After that, NIVB changed the name to become Netherlands Indisch Football Unie, or we call NIFU. Then, after that, PSSI was established by Suratin Sosro Sugundu, who graduated from Harvard and returned to Indonesia in 1928. He became the first Indonesian to work at his company, a Dutch enterprise in Yogyakarta. He later resigned from the company and became more active in the revolutionary movement. To accomplish his mission, Suratin held many meetings with Indonesian football players, mostly through personal contacts because they wanted to avoid the Dutch police. Later at the meeting that was held in with Suratin, the head of football in the Jakarta VIG, and other player, the group decided to establish a national football organization. On 19 April 1930, almost all non-national organizations such as VIG Jakarta, BIVB Bandung, Perserikatan Sepak Bola Sepak Raga Mataram PSM, IVBM Magelang, VVB Solo, MVB Medion, and SIVB Surabaya gathered around at the final meeting and established Persatuan Sepak Raga Seluruh Indonesia, Football Associated Indonesia, or as we call now, PSSI, with Suratin as the first leader. To accomplish his mission, Suratin held many meetings with an Indonesian professional football player. In PSSI early years, football was used to resist the Dutch control to colonize by gathering all the football players. In 1936, when PSSI became stronger, NFVB was changed to Netherlands Indisch Football Unie NIFU, meaning Football Union of Dutch East Indies, and cooperation with the Dutch began in 1938. With Dutch East Indies national football team as their name, NIFU sent their team to 1938 FIFA World Cup at French. At that time, most of players came from NIFU instead of PSSI, and there were 9 players of the Chinese origin. As a result, Suratin expressed his protest since he wanted a match between NIFU and PSSI before the FIFA World Cup. In addition, he was also disgraced because of the flag that was used at the World Cup match involving the Dutch East Indies was the Dutch flag. Suratin then cancelled the agreement with NIFU at the PSSI Congress in 1939 in Solo. When the Japanese armies came to Indonesia, the PSSI became inactive because Japan classified as Taikukai. Indonesian Football League first founded around 1930 when Dutch government colonized. The first amateur league, better known as Perserikatan Liga. This league exists until 1979. Around 1979 and 1980, new competition was born, considered to be semi-professional. The name is Liga Sepak Bola Inisial, or as we know, as Galatama. Galatama itself used the format division only. Then around 1990, it enhanced the league into the two division. Galatama became the pioneer of football competition, semi-professional and professionalism in Asia, beside Hong Kong League. In 2008, Liga Super founded and to become the new format that will help to form Liga 1 as we know and watch today. Just like another organization, PSSI also had some controversy around it. First, Nurdin Halid legal case. Former chairman of PSSI Nurdin Halid was sentenced to prison as a result of his legal case. Although he was urged to resign his position, he was able to resist with the help of one of political party leaders in the country. FIFA conducted an inspection into the claims but did not continue past this phase. The case was never investigated again. Number 2. Bribery allegation. In January 2011, someone named Eli Chohon had sent email to the president of Indonesia and several other Indonesian leaders indicating that the officer of PSSI have been involved in the bribery for the 2010 IFF Cup final. He wrote the officer gathered billions of rupiah from the bet to prepare the campaign in the next PSSI Congress. The case is still under investigation. Normalization Committee and selection of new chairman. On 1 April 2011, FIFA Emergency Committee met and announced that on 4 April, control of the PSSI will pass to Normalization Committee, made up of personality in Indonesia football, to oversee presidential election by 21 May. It's also buried Halid, George Toysuta, the Indonesian Armed Force General, Arifin Panigoro, founder of Liga Primer Indonesia, and Nirwan Bakri, Halid, vice president and brother of Abu Rizal Bakri, from contending for the presidency seat. FIFA also rescinded the power of the current PSSI Executive Committee after the FIFA Emergency Committee decreed it was not in control of football in Indonesia and had lost all the credibility. In a statement released on 4 April 2011, FIFA said that the current PSSI leadership lack of control over Indonesian football was evidenced by the failure to gain control to runaway league LPA set up with the involvement of PSSI and by the fact could not organize on Congress whose sole goals were to adopt an electoral code and elect an electoral commission. It said that its emergency committee had concluded that the PSSI leadership had lost all the credibility and was no longer in a position anymore to lead the process to solve the current crisis. The Normalization Committee, made up of personality in Indonesia football who are not seeking electoral office or position on electoral commission, led by famous public figure and former PSSI chairman Agung Gumelar, is to take over running of Indonesian football until new leadership elected by 21 May. On July 19, 2011, Johar Arifin Hussein was elected chairman of the PSSI from 2011 to 2015 through an extraordinary Congress of the PSSI held in 2011. Johar was elected after defeating the other candidate, Agusman Effendi. His vice chairman was Farid Rahman. Next, row with Indonesian government and suspension of PSSI. On 18 April 2015, PSSI was suspended by Ministry of Sport and Youth. PSSI did not comply with the government policy after disobeying 3 warning letters sent by the ministry. Based on that, the Youth and Sport Minister provide administrative sanction by not recognizing all sport activity carried out by the PSSI. The decision applies since the letter was assigned. The warning letter was sent because of PSSI decision to halt Indonesian Super League amid the dispute between PSSI and the government Indonesian Professional Sport Agency (BOPI) over the eligibility of Arema Kronus and Persebaya to play in the league. FIFA had threatened the country with a ban, but BOPI insisted that FIFA should understand that besides FIFA regulation, there are also laws that apply and must be complied by the national football related to parties as part of Indonesia's big family. So FIFA warning to ban Indonesia is took as an insult to the country's sovereignty. President of Indonesia, Joko Widodo, has supported the sport minister's decision to not revoke the suspension as the president believed that there should be no problem for Indonesia to be absent from the international competition if the purpose is to improve the national football. According to the president, the improvement should be started by revamping the organization. Then FIFA had to decide to suspend PSSI during the FIFA Executive Committee meeting on Saturday, 30 May 2015 in Zurich, Switzerland. The executive decided to suspend PSSI with immediate effect and until the PSSI will be able to comply with its obligation under Arts 13 and 17 of the FIFA statutes. The decision means Indonesia's side will no be longer to able to take part in the world football and came less than 2 weeks before the country was due to begin qualifying match for the 2018 World Cup. However, the national team will still be able to participate in the football tournament at the 2015 Southeast Asian Games, which was just getting underway. Finally, Indonesian State Minister for Youth and Sport Affairs lifted their suspension of the PSSI per 10 May 2016, and FIFA lifted suspension at FIFA Congress 12 and 13 May 2016 in Mexico.